Oh shit. Yeah, I didn't see that other part. I don't remember what I said to him, but uh yeah, I was sitting there and I was like, when I saw people were starting to ask his questions, and I'm like, what do I want to ask him? Because I know like he'll read some questions and go like, what? And I know he can be like sarcastic. So then I was like, you know what? I go, Clinton, can I ask you a serious question? And then he's like, yeah, you can ask a serious question. And I go, oh my god, I'm gonna go for it. And as I was typing it, and then he's like, okay, well, waiting for the question. And then I'm like, oh god. And then I asked him that, and then when he was like, yeah, I'll come on your podcast. And then right after, he's like, well, he goes, well, let me ask you, like, what would questions you would ask me? And I'm like, oh my god, what is the fucking right thing to say here? Because there's a million things I would ask him, but like I always tell people about my podcast, is I don't do it like a questionnaire. I don't do it like I'm interviewing you. Like my podcasts aren't interviews. They're just talking. Like if you come over to my house and sit down on a couch, put a mic on your in front of your face and say let's talk, and then let other people hear it because it might touch them in some way. That's what I try to do. So like I was freaking out on like I don't know what to ask them, like because again I don't try to ask like an interview, and I know there's podcasts and people that do it that way, and I don't feel like that's the best way for me to really talk. I just want to talk to people. Like I don't want to interview people. I want to talk with people. That's probably a better term. You know what I mean? So, honest, not a ton because, like I said, I never was into I mean, like I said, for the better part of my life, all I wanted to do was drink, play video games, and make bad decisions, right? So I didn't like get into that kind of stuff and think about that kind of stuff. So I didn't even really know who Clinton was. I remember vaguely like his name coming up in certain places, and I go, I think he's like a producer or something. And so I kind of Googled him, and because I knew I was going to that event in June, so I Googled him to get a little more, so that way I wasn't completely ignorant, right? Like going up to him in case something came up. And then I was like, oh my god! I started reading about him being a music producer, and then he's, all the people he's been with, and how he and everything that he's been with, and like grew up in, and the music industry. And I'm like, holy shit! I go, this guy is like, he was a lot more than I knew because I didn't really know that much about him, and I still don't know a ton about him, and that's what I would want to talk about. Like, I want to know about you, like about you, right? Because I don't know like about you. Right, and that's why when he was saying like ask him a question, I'm like because it's like that's I feel like going like, well, Clinton, that's not like kind of how I do it, right? And it's not. It's like I don't. I want to ask you things, but I want to like talk with you. I just want to be like, like forget all the limelight and I'm the famous music producer and like that. Like I just want to get to know you because when I hear him talk, he's like a brilliant person, and he makes a lot of sense. And sometimes I feel like he he says like the same kind of things that I'm trying to say, but like a lot better. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I was kind of. I'm like, what do I say here? What do I ask him? Like, uh, I don't know what to say. By the way, right, which I have none of that. Right. Yeah. which is amazing. Yeah. Just so you know, you're not going to be coming up on the stream. Yeah, I'm live, but I'm not. I don't have my other account in, so people aren't going to hear what you're saying. So I felt like that would probably be more comfortable for you, so that's why I did it. No, but out of respect for you, I'm not going to just automatically put you on. And even if I was where they could hear you, I would tell you I'm live and people can hear it. But it's set up that without my other account in here, they can't hear you. So we're good. But do you think he's really going to, like, come on? That would be crazy. Like, that would be crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's just like I'm kind of like, no, I'm not saying he's the kind of person, but I'm used to, I was a big person that would never follow through with things, right? Because, like I said, I mean, just basically for for the last whatever 34 years, blame everything on alcohol. So like I didn't, I forgot what I was saying. Sorry, that's part of my problem is I don't even remember what I was just saying right now. Sorry. My brain likes to stop in the middle of a sentence. But I'm just not used to, yeah, that's what it is. I'm not used to when people say, like, well, even like you, like, we're friends now. Because I've had people even recently say that, and it's like, I don't hear from them. And I'm not saying that to put anything on you. That's not what I'm meaning. I'm so used to a lot of people that the easiest thing for them to do regarding me is to walk away, right? And I know that a lot of it was my alcoholism, but nobody ever took accountability for like their part in it. But instead of really, and that's why I'm podcasting, that's why I try to present it the way is I want to just really sit and talk to you so you get to know me and I get to know you and why you are the way you are, why you cry after a football game, or why you're so apologetic all the time like I am, is because I'm so used to the easiest thing for people to do is walk away, right? I know that I'm a lot to handle. I know a lot of it was based on what I would, but that breaks the man. It breaks the person that they're so used to it that's what I'm used to is. So like things like that for me, even like Clinton saying my name or whatever to me is like, this is insane. It's never anything that was ever in my world, because one, I never did anything with my life, right? That's why I'm where I'm at, 53, at my folks' house, healing from a liver transplant, because I didn't do anything with my life. I made bad decisions. I mean, having my daughter, I never regret that. But, the woman I married, her and I, like, we never even got along, right? And stuff like that. But I can't ever regret marrying her because of my daughter. Right, my daughter's amazing. I would never be like, I regret you. It's not that. It's just we weren't like two people connected. Like there, but like throughout my life, it's like people are like, they do treat me like a shadow. So it's like I'm used to that, whether I put myself in that or not. From what I did, and I'm going to tell you right now, to this day, there are people that continue to. Well, you did it to yourself, you were drinking, you did this, you did that, and it's like, yeah, I get it, but I'm not doing that anymore. I mean, if you're in doubt, I'm at 2 years and I'm almost 2 years and 9 months sober and counting, which is how I always say it. And people still, they don't want to stop reminding me, well, you did this, you did it to yourself, and I'm like, this is part of why I battle, like, believing in myself, because it's like, yeah, you're right, I put myself in this, it's a miserable place to be, but when I try to get out of it, you just pull me back by reminding me of like why I'm here, right? Those are the kind of things that I'm used to, and then when I tell you that, people will then hear that and they'll go, yeah, but you did it to yourself, right? So you see how it's like a vicious cycle. Like, how am I ever supposed to be the one like that believes in myself when it's like every time I say why I am the way that I am, they go, well, it's because of what you did, right? Like, I get it. I fucking get it, right? I'm the one that was there. I'm the one that did it, right? I have a giant scar across my abdomen that reminds me every day, I don't need you to do it. And so that's why I talk to podcasting too, right? To tell my story, and then maybe people can hear me like this, going like, yeah, I get it, and maybe we can even help each other, right? To see how they're dealing with it and stuff like that. So, like when I asked Clinton for him to come on, and then he put me on the spot with like a question, maybe he's used to that kind of thing where people want to like ask him a series of questions. Like, I don't necessarily want to ask him a series of questions. I just want to talk to him. Like, you're Clinton Sparks, like what we talked about a minute ago, where I say I'm just Cutter. Like, yeah, you're just Clinton. Like, talk. What's up, Clinton? What are you about? Right? We can talk about like advice on how to be famous and advice on what to do with, music and like who influenced you and all that. Like, how about just like talking, right? So I was kind of put on the spot. Like, I do want to ask him things, but like if we're sitting there in a conversation piece and then something comes up and I'll be like, oh my God, well, what do you think about like this going on? Like, what do you do about that kind of stuff? Something like that. Not like, what's your name? Where do you live? What do you do for a living? I'm not like that. So I got kind of put on the spot and I got really nervous because I'm like, I want to say the perfect thing and I don't know what to say. And then when he read what I wrote, he kind of was like, well, that's a heavy question. I need to know about you. And then he kind of does know about me, and I don't know if he's putting two and two together or not yet, but he has my story. Mike Strato has shared it with him, so he knows. And when I met him in Vegas, Mike kind of took me up to him and mentioned that to him. So he does know some of my story, but I didn't want to say all that in the chat. That's why I'm like, that's my kind of podcast format is, you want to know about those things, come talk to me. I want you to come on so I can talk to you, but if you want to know things about me, that's a perfect atmosphere. Pretend you're just plopping on a couch, let's talk. So, and I don't know if that's good or bad, that's just the way I do things. This is me, I'm just a dude, right? They say I'm just Cutter, I'm just a guy in a room right now. So having somebody like Clinton come on, even him saying yes, I'm not the kind of person that's like, all right, let's go. I need to know when. Come on, let's go. I got this. You said you were going to say, yeah, when you coming. It's kind of like, wow, that was amazing. Like, is he really going to come? Like, oh my God. Like a kid in a candy store, a kid waiting to open a Christmas present, that kind of thing. If that makes sense. Like, I'm just not cocky. It's more like, I want it to happen like so bad that I until it does, it's not like I'm putting it on him going like, put your money where your mouth is. It's like, until it does, then reality will start sinking in that, oh my God, Clinton Sparks is on my podcast, right? Because I look up to him for inspiration. And so it's like, oh my God, like maybe me doing my podcasting is like when I first started it, the first day I put it on Twitch, I never in a million years thought I'd be sitting here potentially talking about Clinton Sparks being on my podcast. Somebody would like, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like when I ask you, like, do you think he's going to do it? It's not that I think he's going to just be a flake kind of person. It's just, is this really real? For me, Anthony Cutter, this guy, is nobody his whole life. Like, is that really going to happen? Would be insane. So that's kind of how I am, and that's I should be more confident and believe in myself that it's what my whether I did it to myself or not, it's why I'm like, I guess, I don't know if it's gun shy or unsure or not confident. It's just because things like this don't happen to me, and yes, I know that I did this stuff to myself, but it's still hard to just instantly go, yep, he's coming on, guys. Guess what? He's coming on. Clinton, let me know when you're coming on. It's hard for me to be like that. It's more like, really? Are you coming? Like that kind of thing, right? Yeah, I know he says that when he told us, like, well, first of all, as far as Twitch, I know that he was on it, but he said it's been like 3 years since this is just him putting his Twitch back up like a week ago. But I know that he said even when he talked to us in Vegas, he was like, yeah, those when you get like the like or a message from me or an answer or an email response, he goes, that's me. That's like me actually. And I'm like, I honestly believe him. I know that a lot of it could be no, and I believe especially the way that he said it, like how I try to be genuine. I could tell that he's genuine, and I knew that he meant that because he knows that people are gonna think, oh, this is automated or this is his PR people or whatever. So for him to say that, it's like, well, if he's out there saying that and letting us know that, then if he's putting everything out there, as far as what he represents and stuff, he's not going to come on and bullshit us and say, oh, yeah, that's me, and then not mean it, and that not be him. So I truly believe that is him. When he, because I know it is, right? I don't know how to say that without... and it's cool.
If you run out of bullets, there's often ways to improvise.
That's crazy.
Don't forget about searching the drones after you take them down.
Right. 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 Yeah, that's amazing. Right. That's cool. Oh, like it's. I know I'm not the only person in the world. Like, yeah, I get that. I get that. Yeah.
This is Lance. Hey, friendo. Picked up your frequency. Anyway, see to those medical supplies and do try to come back in one piece. Makes my life a lot easier. Lance, out.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Well, that's one of my goals is to, because he said because he knows your first name. If I'm such a good podcaster, I'm gonna find out what your first name is. Because are you gonna come on ever too? I asked Clinton, and apparently Clinton said yes. So, are you ever gonna come on and talk to me about you, or do I have to talk to him first? What do you... Well, that's fine, and you don't have to. Like I said, that's why I asked, and you can say no, because if you just don't want it, out there, I get that. Bro, are you serious? I just logged in, you punk. How do you even think I feel with my story? Right. Well, no, that's fine. No, that's fine. And like you don't even have. We can even just talk here, not on the podcast. I just do that there because I ask people, because I want people to know people for their story. But if there's things that you don't want, and it's just in. One, you don't have to talk about it, but two, if that's not where you want to go, like, I would still like to hear your story, and we can talk anywhere, anytime, but I just, with the podcast, I want to put things on that podcast that show that I'm credible, and that, like, it's not a joke or, whatever, so that's why I ask people, like, I want people to talk about themselves, so other people get to know them, and, hear their stories, and maybe by, I have my story, but other people have their stories, right? And so maybe their story touches somebody that listens, but, I know that, like I say, like, my podcast is definitely judge-free. Nobody in my community is going to ever say anything, but if you're worried about other people and it's not comfortable, then, of course, I'm not going to want you to put that on there. But also, like, my podcast with you would be, like, exactly what we're doing right now. Like this kind of thing, like we're just talking, like sometimes people and then hear things and then things come up and it's like, oh yeah, but they're just talking like people. I'm not interviewing you. I'm not, asking your first name, your date of birth, like how many kids you have. Well, I kind of did ask you that, to be fair. I guess I kind of did that, but and that's fine. If you're not comfortable doing that, I would still love to talk to you, but that invite's open if you ever want to come talk, and then also share, or you can just absolutely be like, no, I just don't want to do it. I mean, it's not like right. Well, I mean, like, for example, I'm an open book up myself, but, I mean, talk about embarrassing. Like, I'm living at home with my parents at 53 years old. How do you think I feel? And how do you think I think people look at that? Whether it's a girl, whether it's people that hear me, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like, you said how you've gotten to the point about it's me and for what people say, like, if people want to judge me because that's what it is, well, you know what I did is, after almost killing myself and literally being pronounced dead, I'm turning my life around, and part of that is to have moved home with my parents, yes, at 53 years old, no car, I'm on disability, I stream, I play games and talk for a living, and that doesn't even bring in really any money right now. Like, do you think that's something that, like, I'm very proud of? No, but it's part of the story, and it's like, if it helps people go, yeah, like that would suck. Maybe I should make a different decision. That's why I have no problem. And if people want to judge me, like, you know what? Fuck them. Then I don't need those people around me, right? Right. No, I get it. Yeah, no, I totally get it. Hey, all I can do is ask if you want to come on and talk, and you could say no, but we can always talk here. Or not at all. Oh, you're totally fine. Right. No, it makes sense. Right. Nice. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yep. I know all too well. Oh, shoot. Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. And that's fine. That's why, you know, I always tell people, it's an open invite. You can say yes or no, and that's fine. I mean, I respect that. If I didn't, I would be like, well, that's bullshit. But, no, that's fine. I'm a little different than a lot of people. I'm pretty, like... I get it. I totally get it. kids? Oh. Oh god, no, I have to fight to get my daughter to even like come to my streams. I keep bugging her. I'm like, honey, are you gonna come? Like, I'm like, please come to the podcast Monday night, the one that I did with yesterday with Baile. And I'm like, please, and then I go, honey, like I stream every day all the time. And then I'm like, will you come? I have to like practically force her. She's 16, does her own thing. You know, I mean, I even like will text her, and sometimes I won't get a response for like 3 or 4 days. So she doesn't like stalk me or see what I'm doing. She just hears what I tell her and then says like, I'm proud of you, Dad, and I'm like, hey, come to my stream. I even go like, come to my stream tonight. You should come say hi. And she's like, I will. And then she never does. I'm like, and then I'll bug her like a week later. Are you gonna come to one of my streams? And she's like, yeah, Dad, I will. And then she doesn't come to my stream. And I'm like, all right. So, yeah. Right. That's funny. No, nope, I have to kind of force feed my daughter to do it, so. Well, my daughter kind of does her thing. But I mean, so but if he ends up coming on, that'll be crazy. Oh, I don't even know about even like I'm even scared to do that. I don't even know how to like DM him. Like I'm not, because you know in the Discord they're really big about like, you know, don't at like Clinton or T-Pain, and that's understandable because they're so busy doing their thing. How are they gonna see 1,000 people DM him? And it's funny when he jumps into the Discord, it'll be quiet as shit, but he jumps in and it is just you can't even read the chat. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought this was kind of like his Discord, but yeah, he comes in not a lot, but every once in a while. But it's crazy. He'll drop in and then just everybody. So it's like I don't even bother adding him or trying to DM him. I'm like, he'll never see it. I'm like, if he needs to see it, he'll see it, or you know, like. Oh, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll make me do it. Because I'll be like, I don't know, what do? I do it? I'll make you make me do it. No. Like, you're being serious, and it's crazy that you're even being serious. Like, you're gonna have to, bug me Thursday and hold my hand and be like, Cutter, you're gonna have to DM him. Because, like, you're, like, being serious, and it's hard for me to, like, it's not believe him, but it's like what I said, it's like, it's so surreal for me. Right? I'm just a dude sitting in a room, right? Like, that's very surreal. So, like, you're gonna have to be like, get behind me and push me. Go, come on, Anthony. Come on. God, I'll be like shaking. I'll be like, no, what? We're doing what? What are we doing? Do it. Yep, that's exactly what it'll be. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing I noticed too. Like, I get up my time at by 8:30 because I have to start taking my series of meds like at 9. Like, I take meds 5 times a day. They're all to, because of the transplant, and I'll have to take them forever. So I start at they start at 9, so I have to be up anyway. So I get in, and one of the first things I always do when I get up is, one, see if anybody DMs me or texts me, which, not often. And then I go right to the GGL Discord to see if like who's in there, and then he'll have already been in there, and like thousands of people are blowing him up, and I'm like, God damn, when does this guy get up? Like, we're on the same coast. I know he lives in Vegas, right? He lives in Vegas, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I know that sounds like a dumb question, but yeah. So I'm like, he's already like in there, and I'm like, I'm just trying to wake the fuck up. What's going on? So yeah, I know that he gets up early, but yeah, it's gonna be like that. You're gonna be like, okay, he's on, DM him. I'm gonna be like, what? Really? Wait, what? Like, this is real? Like, because I also am the kind of person that's, I don't want to be bothersome. Like, even like DMing you or something like that. Like, if I'm sitting here going, oh, I'm gonna see how Starbright's doing it, and I'm like, is it okay that I'm DMing her? And then, like, I get nervous about what the response would be, because I know people are, like, don't DM me, like, that's kind of weird that you're DMing me or stuff like that, you know what I mean? So, like, it's like, is it okay that I bother him, or is he going to be like, bro, why are you bothering me? I literally just said it a day ago or something like that. So I feel like I'm inconveniencing people. That's another thing that I have to work on in my life, is just being like, yeah, I'm just going to DM. He said he would come on, let's go do it. But for me, it's kind of like, well, I don't want to be bothering him or seem like, I took him at his word, so he better come do it kind of mentality. I just want to be like, hey, are you serious? That kind of, you know what I mean? I'm nervous. It makes me nervous to try to talk to people like that. I don't know. It's just, if that makes sense. See, you could have, because like nobody ever does, and you did. See, and then you found out I'm just a guy, right? Not just a normal dude. No. Yeah, that's what you were saying. That's funny.
Hey, Hey, hold on. There. This is Shani. Keep your wits about you, Raider. And facing a drone,
Right.
a careful shot to the
Well, see, now you
thrusters
know
is
I'm
far more
I'm just a
effective than
guy.
riddling them with bullets.
Not a superstar. I know. And yeah, no, I totally agree. That's why I'm like, okay, is she gonna come back? And then the one time when I was in the VC and GGL, you jumped in, and then you're like, yeah, hey, and then you're like, okay, bye, and I'm like, well, okay. Yeah, but I didn't mean like you had to leave, and that's why I was like, oh, I guess you didn't want to be in here with me. Like, okay, I get it. And then you. Absolutely. Nobody hangs out with me. Like, you can hang out with me. No, I was like, okay, whatever, but, yeah. Well, hey, I'm okay if you want to stalk me. You don't have to worry about that. You're totally fine. I'm like, I remember, for a while there on my podcast, I was talking about like, yeah, like, you know, girls don't actively like, this is just, I'm not saying anything, but I'm just saying like, girls don't like go out of their way to like talk to me. I'm like, and we got on the subject about like stalk people, you know, people stalking, and I go, fuck, if a girl want to stalk me, like fucking hell yeah. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, people don't talk to me, girls don't talk to me. If they want to stalk me, like, I'll be like, yeah, go for it. So, but no, but you came back, and that's cool. So now you're stalking me, but you know, whatever. We'll call it hanging out. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Oh, great. No, I'm just kidding. Nice.
Let's go to the Barren clearing.
See, yeah. Well, that's another reason why, like, I kind of like. There's like, you'll see streamers that don't like, that don't go on camera, or they use VTube or something like that, and they're just like a voice, and it's like, I feel like this way people can really see how genuine I am, not just read words and go, yeah, well, anybody can say that. Whereas if you can see me and you can, like, when you came on and you started talking to me and I told you my story, I'm like, this is me. Like, what you see is what you get, right? There's no, you know, bullshit behind a text message or whatever. So that's kind of why I do it too. Is so people are like, you know, and I get people saying that kind of stuff. That like they like the ones that do come around and stuff like that are like, yeah, you're real, dude. You're like genuine. And I'm like, well, I don't really know how to be any other way. This is just who I am. But yeah. 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 Like the, oh.
Don't shoot!
You scared me.
Want to team up?
Yeah, let's go like that. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, we joke like when we do TikToks on my podcast. Like I told you, I like to judge TikToks because I like to watch them, and you come across those ones that are, it's like I'm like, oh, this person. The first time I started doing it, I'm like, oh, this person's live, right? And I go, let's go in and say hi and say, hey, you're on the podcast. And we start talking to them, and then like they'll read a comment, and then I'll have commented, and then they'll read the one right after, and I'm like, okay, let me try this again. Like, hey, how's it going? You're on the podcast. You know, we're putting, and then they don't say anything, and I'm like, it's like these women. They just, well, the ones that we come across, the girls are just sitting there, and I'm like, is this person talking to anybody? And then they just, it's like they just sit there. Yeah, no problem. And like they won't talk to you. So like, we don't go in anymore because they're just. I go, yeah, because they're just clickbait for. You know, guys, they want guys to like flirt with them or send them money and stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of, I guess, okay. So when I go live on TikTok, I walk around, like, because sometimes I go live when I walk in the mornings, because I always feel like if I'm live, maybe people have something to talk to, or someone to talk to if maybe they need to. Hey, sorry, man, I'm kind of in the middle of something, but good luck. But nobody comes on there, and I joke, you know, like, well, guys, I'm not a pretty face and cleavage, so I guess you guys don't want to sit and talk to me. Because it's like, what are you going to get out of, like, you guys, like, these women go on here and they say, like, oh, would you date, like, a 40-year-old woman who lives, you know, on a farm and stuff like that? I'm like, and all these guys start like creeping on it. I'm like, do you guys really think that they're there to like, oh, I'm looking for someone to, you know, sweep me off my feet and live on the farm with me? They're not. They're not gonna, like, they're not real. They're not real. And it's, you know, like, but for me, it's like if somebody really wants to talk to me, like, I'm right here. Like, you can see me, you can talk to me. Like, I'm that real person. I'm not a fake person. I'm not saying I'm this way. I mean, if anybody is ever in like interested, like, oh yeah, I kind of like the guy, like, then you get to see me, right? You get to talk to me. I'm not some freaking bot on Facebook trying to, you know, tell all these women, like, hey, if you want a man to treat you right, subscribe to my channel. Oh my God. That thing killed me. Yeah. Yeah, it's... Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird. But, I mean, this is the way, like, people want to get to know me, they get to know me, and then when you know, I'm like, yeah, I'm just a regular dude, like, yeah, we'll see. Well, good, you get to come see. Right? When they talk to me, I just talk to them like they're hanging out at my house. That's how I always say when I told you, that's how I present my podcast, is like, just pretend like you're coming into my house. When you come into my streams and hang out, you come into Discord, it's just, we're just chilling at my house. Just think of it that way. It's not anything else. And if you want to talk to me on any other level, like, I'm right here, right? You get to know me. So those things, those are just whatever, you know. What do you mean? Well, the biggest thing that does help that is I'm not a big streamer by any means. I'm just a nobody. I'm a little fish in a big pond. I mean, I have 937 followers, but an average of 2 viewers, and Twitch already gives you a free viewership. Twitch always gives you 1 viewer. It's like a free viewer. Once you hit the 3 viewers, one of them is Twitch gives you 1 all the time. So like right now in my Twitch, I have 2 people. One is like my mod, and one is the free Twitch viewer. So, like, I don't have a very active chat, and I'm not trying to be self-defeatist, but it's the truth. I'm not super popular, and I know that there are algorithms that say like for every 1,000 followers, you might have like 2 to 5 viewers, active viewers and stuff like that. So, and I've only been doing this a year, but you know, it's like I don't have an extremely one, but yeah, I don't have a lot of trolls that come in, but I have had stuff. I've had people come on when I was doing it on YouTube, before like my late girlfriend came on YouTube. I met people would come on YouTube, but they were all trolls. They were just assholes. People are like, say my name and like weird shit. And then these 2 guys came on who came in my Discord or in my YouTube chat, and then jumped in my Discord because I don't like hide my link. Changed it or whatever, and but they're like, they were hearing me podcast about my story, and they're like, damn dude, you're like, you shouldn't even have got that liver transplant. You did it all to yourself. You're fucking, some kid should have got your liver transplant. Why are you alive and they're not? You're a dumb drunk. And then they jumped into Discord saying the same thing, and they were clearly drinking and being stupid. But it's like, part of me is like this, right? But they're not, okay, and here's the thing is, they're not 100% wrong, right? Yeah, I got lucky, right? People, I don't take for granted that I'm still alive today. I even question it, like, why was I saved? Why am I still here? Why did I get the liver transplant? Because there are probably, you know, I don't mean to sound like defeatist on myself, but there are probably people more worthy of it that actually were accomplishing, like, a lot of stuff in their lives that maybe could have got it. They're not wrong. Or maybe a young person, I don't know, like if a kid can get the same liver that I could get. I don't understand. But, you know, they're not wrong that maybe, that there was somebody else maybe deserving of it. But somehow people pushed for me, and I got lucky and got the liver. I can't change that, other than if I went back to drinking and killed myself, right? But clearly I'm not doing that. But, like, so I'm like, they were trolling and it hurt, but then it was like, yeah, you know what, I deal with that. I battle that thought all the time. Like, why did I get lucky when literally, like, I didn't do anything with my life? Like, why am I being saved when maybe somebody didn't get lucky enough to get that on the list and I got it? You know, and that's another reason why I feel like I owe those people to tell my story so other people don't become like us, because not everybody gets the liver transplant and not everybody gets lucky enough, and maybe somebody that should have got it doesn't get it and someone else gets it, and so, like, you know, when those people come in like that, yeah, it's pretty shitty because there's just bad people on there. When I talked about my late girlfriend one time, a troll in the chat was like, oh, did you kill her? And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Right? But, like, those people weren't, like, they weren't exactly wrong, but it's like, this is why I mainly started telling my story. Like, yeah, I want to reach out and talk to people like Clinton and T-Pain, but get to know them as like a person, not like, hey, how much money do you have and how do I get famous? Like, not any of that at all. It's like, life is so precious. I got lucky enough to get saved. People around me did not. I want people to kind of understand so they can see people on a different level. So I literally started podcasting because I felt like I need to share my story so people don't end up like me, because not everybody is gonna, and worthy people are maybe not gonna get it. So, you know, even if I can somehow touch that person's life, that they don't get to that level, right? And so, like, they weren't wrong, but of course they got banned, and, you know, but it's crazy how, like, there's people on that. But by being able to sit on a podcast and be on camera, it's like you're kind of sitting on the other side of the couch with me. There's just a plate glass window in between us, being the computer screen, and at least that way maybe people can see, like, this is me, this is what I've went through, you know. You can either be a part of it by coming around and hanging out, or you don't have to. but at least if I'm on screen or I'm on camera or I'm telling my story, that people can see that, like, you know, it's a good place to be, right? I feel like sometimes you can connect when you can actually see the person you're talking to, right? So like when you came over to the podcast, you saw that I was real, and then you got to know the real me, right? Not like, oh, you know, the guy that's all over Discord. And a part of the reason why you see me so active in that Discord is because I want to have people around me, right? Not be a shadow. And then, you know, yeah, do I want to be on the league? Yeah, at some point. Do I really want to do my podcasting? Absolutely. But it helps me not feel like a shadow by being around people. So I'm always like, hey, if you guys want to come hang out, you know, and that, or I'll say things in chat, or, you know, invite like you into Discord, or invite you to come on, you know, any of that stuff. Because it's like, I want people around, but good people. And it's hard to find those that go like, yeah, you know, we're friends now, and they stick around. And that's not to say anything on you, and you don't have to stick around by any means. But it's funny how people are like, nah, we're in it together. Like even streaming, people that were like, yeah, we got you to affiliate, we're gonna do this journey together. Do you know how many of those people that have ever come back? Hardly any of them. Not a lurk, not a jump in the chat, not a raid, not a visit, not a DM, not any of these things. People that are like, yeah, I'm here for a DM if you need us. Like, I'm sorry to hear what you're going through, what you went through, and then nothing. So like for me to be on the camera is to be like, you're sitting on my couch and you're on the other side of the room, and maybe you can see why, I guess in a way, I'm desperate to like have friends and have people around. So you like, and by this way I can show you like who I am, so you know, like, yeah, we get it, that, you know, it's not necessarily a sob story and he's not fake. He's just this guy that's had it rough, and he wants to make sure other people don't have it rough. So I kind of went off on a tangent there, I'm sorry. That's what I... Yeah, I have TikTok. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you do stream, or do you mean like when you go on like TikTok or something like that? Oh, I gotcha. Well, yeah, that's the hard part. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I figured too, is like, because I put my clips up all the time. But it's like, yeah, it's hard because like my like when I post my clips on like TikTok and Instagram, like I average maybe like 150 views, and then like maybe 8 likes or something like that. And then I see these other people that are like 30,000 views, or ones that are like, this is what really bugs me, and this is why I watch TikToks on my podcast and like judge them, is like I bust my ass for like 3 hours to put up a 1-minute TikTok or a 1-minute clip that goes on TikTok, and I get maybe 150 views and maybe 5 likes. And then there are TikToks of like these, I remember one, it was these 2 stupid kids that didn't know how to spell Patrick on a birthday cake, and it had, I think, 6.2 million views or something like that, or likes, not just views, likes. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? I'm just trying to be me, make cool clips to entertain people. I go, do I have to be stupid and like put a firecracker in my butt and not know how to spell Patrick on a birthday cake, and then I'm gonna get 6 million views? Like, what the hell? Right? It's like, holy shit. But I do it, and I keep doing it, and I keep putting it up there, and I follow people, and I like go into their things and watch their streams, or like their shows and or their videos or whatever, and just trying to network to be what I want to be. Is like, I'll explain it to you, and I've said it on my podcast, is I don't want to be rich and famous. I want to be like people famous, like sharing stories famous. I don't want 1,000 people in my stream or 6.2 million followers because I want $8 million. I want 1,000 people in my stream so that's that many more people that I can hopefully reach out with my story, and that's 1,000 stories that potentially I can hear back, and then maybe of those 1,000 people that hear one of the other 1,000 people's story, they get affected in a positive way, or you know what I mean? So that's like what I say, like when do I want to live comfortable? Yeah, I want to live a simple life. I'm 53, I've wasted a lot of it. I just want a simple life. I want to be comfortable, so of course, do I want money? Yeah, money enough to be comfortable and to be, in some sort of peace. And, but I want to be like famous where anybody at any time, anywhere could come in and be like, I want to go listen to his podcast. Wow, that affected me. Wow, somebody that I heard in there affected me. Like, that's the kind of famous I want to be, right? When I say I want to blow this up, it feels like if I can get more people to come, it's just more people that I can hopefully maybe touch their lives even just a little bit. That's kind of my whole drive, I guess. If that makes sense. If I haven't bored you to sleep. I'm just a dude. So we'll see, but I mean, that's me. That's Cutter. So if you keep coming back, hopefully that's good enough to keep you to come back. I mean, you're in here talking to me right now, so that says something, right? Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I think it's amazing. Everybody has a story, and everybody's a human. See, you sound just like me. Like, this is what I'm trying to say, right? Everybody's a person. Like, know them on a personal level, right? Like, people, like, okay, for example, last year when the Redskins lost an NFC championship, yes, they're the Redskins, and I'll go off for 2 hours in my podcast about it, but as they're known as the Commanders, I don't know how much you know about sports, but last year when the Redskins lost an NFC championship to the Eagles, I literally cried after that, right? Because, and, people are like, it's just a game, like, stuff like, but they don't understand, like, the main reason, and I'll tell you, and people know this, the main reason I became a Redskins fan was I was 5 years old. I was watching TV, and my biological father did some very not nice things to me because, I won't get into the story, but he didn't treat me very well. And I just remember bawling my eyes out and trying not to realize what was going on. And I remember watching a football game, and it was the Redskins playing the Giants. This is one of the memories that still stick around, and that's from 5 years old. And I latched onto them, and I just kept thinking in my head when he was doing what he was doing that, like, their uniforms were super cool. I liked them, and I've been a Redskins fan my whole life since then. And so, like, there's all kinds of things behind it that when they lost, like, seeing them succeed means so much more than just a football game, right? And so But when you get to talk to somebody and just sit and know that they're human, and they realize, you stop looking at them as like, oh my god, this idiot that just cries over a football game. They're like, oh wow, now I kind of get it. Doesn't mean you have to cry over a football game. It just means now maybe you can get why it's kind of more important to me than just saying it's a stupid football game, right? Kind of stuff like that. And I wish more people would see that, and I think we would all understand each other a lot more is if you just take the time to let people talk to you like that and listen to them, right? People, Dreamy talks about it all the time. She's like, and says it, she said it in the chat when you were in there, when we were talking. He's like, he's a really good listener. Like, as much as I talk, as you can now tell that I do, I like to listen to people, right? To sit and listen, because you really get to understand why somebody is the way they are, or what makes them tick, or stuff like that. You don't get that by just seeing them online and watching a stupid TikTok, or seeing a name pass through the Discord or something like that. It's like, so. You get it. She's like, odd. Yeah. Right. And that's a good thing. Is like, yeah, it's like, and you can like her, right? You can like it. Yeah. Yep. I mean, at the end of the day, each to their own. But, you know, I don't like her. But it doesn't make me like, oh, well, you like her, well, then I'm not going to talk to you. But people have that mentality, right? Like, they're of like, oh, how dare you talk about her? She's a legend. Well, first of all, she doesn't know anything about you. But even if she did, is like, why are you judging me over the fact that, like, you can like her? I'm not telling you not to like her. I'm just telling you my feelings, why I don't like her. Right? And if you're going to judge me for that, then that's not fair to me. Then I guess that we don't need to be in each other's circle. And clearly you don't want to know me on a real level, because you're going to judge me over whether or not I like a singer that you might or might not like. I'm like, but people are like that. And I'm trying to, like, hopefully help people understand that, like, you don't have to be like that. It's the same thing with people that go, football is just a game. I fucking hate that, by the way. If you ever tell me it's just a game, that will get my goat. That will absolutely get my goat, because it's not, because you don't know, right? You don't know why I cried at the end of the football game, right? It's stupid to you, but I'm not asking you that you need to start crying at a football game. I just need you to understand why I do. And if you can, then we can go about our ways. You can keep thinking football's a game, but respect the fact that it hurts when my team loses. And I can be like, yeah, they're not in the sports, but I understand how you are. But people don't want to do that. Right? People want to judge. People want to be like, well, you're an idiot for crying at a football game, or, you know, oh my God, you like Taylor Swift, we're not talking anymore. Well, then those aren't people that you need around. Yeah, you're like, or like people that talk a lot and I don't. God, no, I'm just kidding. Do you see why? And do you see why I do? That's another reason why I podcast. Where's the one place I can go that I can talk a lot and you can't tell me that I can't, right? Violet came in one time joking. You know what the other thing is though? Like, especially when like people pass on and stuff like that. You know, you talk about like, oh, I talk too much and like, oh my God, I need a break from you. Well, what's going to happen the one time where I'm not there anymore to talk to you? Right? Like, I know I talk a lot, or I know you talk a lot, or I know that you like this or you like that, but there's going to be a time where maybe then you're suddenly not around to be like, oh my God. And if you tell me to take a break, there may not be coming back from that break. So like, just kind of like understand people better, right? Like, yeah, they talk a lot, but you're connected to them for a reason. Let them talk. Why do you need a break from someone that you're close to because they talk a lot? I don't believe in that. But me talking a lot and my story, like, it pushes people away. But it's like, okay, you know, like when people found out that I was almost like gonna die, like, it was like, oh my God, they were crying, they were like at my bedside. And now, how do you think some of those people treat me? Like, situation normal, we don't know. Yeah, like I don't exist. Right? And it's like, and there's going to be a time where that could have happened. And what if that would have happened? But now look at you. You're treating me like, oh, yeah, well, he's alive. Cool, we can go back to being like, treating him like shit. So when people are like, you talk a lot, like, I don't believe, like, I need a break from you. You just talk so much. Like, don't have that mentality. Like, you're going to miss out on things if you do that. At least. Right. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Hey, kind of like what I was always used to. I get the feeling, but also having pretty much almost died and getting a chance again, it's like the world looks a little bit different. And I look at things a little bit different because, you know, it's not cliche. Like, these things aren't cliche, but it could all be gone in an instant. Right? And so, even for me, my late girlfriend passed, or when you lose family members, or, you know, anything like that, it's, you know, or even like, I don't know, just the way people treat you when it's like you break up or something like that, and it's like, but if I was gone the next day, then you're suddenly like, oh my god, like, what happened? I don't know, but I get like the way that he feels, because I've been hurt so much, but a lot of it, you know, people remind me, was self-inflicted. But it still doesn't justify like why you're still treating me that way. And this is why I get nervous about, you know, talking to people too, and why it's like, yeah, it's hard for me to. It's like in this day and age, people tell you what you want to hear, and then they don't necessarily back it up. I'm not saying everybody, but, you know, the things like, yeah, my DMs are always open. Well, that's funny, because I DM'd you a month ago and I haven't heard shit. Right? Like, for me, it's like this. Like, just don't say it. Right? Don't say your DMs are open, and then they're not. Right? And that's cool if they're not. You got things to do. You have your own life. You have your own problems to worry about. I get it. I get it. But if you're going to offer an olive branch to somebody, you know, don't yank it back when they reach out for it, right? So, but I just try to do what I do, and hopefully people will, you know, accept me for me, and the ones that don't, I can't control it. Yeah. Well, you know what they say, right? The people with the biggest hearts get hurt the most. But you want to know, the thing is, though, it still doesn't stop me. Just like, you know, people that I've even helped have hurt me, but I still want to help people, right? And, you know, even though I've been hurt and I've had really bad things and rough things happen to me, I just put that aside, and it's more important that other people are doing okay versus me. So like, yeah, you know, I'll go hard for people, and I always do. I have, when I talked to you, when I told you about how I latch on, like I didn't want you to, I didn't want that to like worry you, but it's like I latch on to people that make me feel comfortable or that get it right, or that I can tell I have a good soul, and it's like I want to latch on to those things because there's not a lot of that around. But you know, even when they say, "Oh yeah, I get it," but are they actually going to go, like you said, are they going to go hard for you? But does it stop you from doing that? It doesn't for me, because I just hope that there are going to be that people that are like, yeah, I get that guy, and I'm definitely gonna, you know, I like him. Shit. But I'll keep doing it, even if, you know, I get hurt or go through pain or suffer things. If I can help people not, then I'll just keep doing it. That's just kind of how I've always been built. You know, I want people to not, you know, be hurting and stuff like that, whether I am or not. Yeah, I heard it a couple times. I didn't want to be rude and ask you. I just figured you had stuff going on in the house, and I'm like, I hear something, and I thought maybe it was the TV. Yep, so. Hell yeah. Let's go. Oh, jeez. Good for him. Hey, here I am doing it at 53 years old and, you know, till all hours, so, well, not all hours.
If you run out of bullets, there's often ways to...
Don't forget about
I'm
searching
not
the
in my
drones
own
after you take them
situation,
down.
but yeah, good for him. Okay. Yeah, it hasn't, even when I heard him though, it wasn't that loud. It just more sounded like you had like a TV on or something in the background. No, I also have game audio in my earphones, so I don't hear a lot of that, so no. Do you live by a train? Or by the train tracks? Close enough that you could hear it. Yeah. Yeah, if I probably wasn't sitting here like with the game noise and stuff, I probably would have heard it, but I didn't hear anything. If I did, I would have been like, can you turn that fucking noise down? No, I'm just kidding. No, when I lived... Exactly, especially when you're gaming. I'm an Italian and I'm loud, so I get loud gaming, but unfortunately I'm in a situation where I can't, so if you can tell when I start talking lower, it's because of... But when I get my own place again, and I'm like, whatever, it's going to be like... I'm not saying I'm going to scream and yell, but I can just be more me. But I do, you know, I get a little vocal when I game. I do. Okay, I can yell at certain games. I do. I'm a gamer, what can you expect, right? That's who I am. That's what all my exes couldn't understand. And it's just like, well, I mean, I could be out doing this and doing that. You know, I enjoy what I enjoy. You know, I get into it. Forgive me. But, you know, they just didn't get it. So, yeah. Let the man have a good time. Did I... I need to go make... You feel... Why? Well... Yeah, but... Right? Right, but like he says, everybody games, and you play... What's the Discord game again? Something farm... Yeah, Farmer's Fell. It's a game, isn't it? Okay, so you're a gamer. You may not be the level, like... Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're a gamer, see? So that's why you're a gamer. There's... Yeah, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I wonder if I'll ever just... I'm like, she should just go play it in my Discord. I would laugh to... Like, I would love to see her one time just, like... I'm like, oh my gosh, she's in my Discord playing.
Go to the Barren clearing.
Right. So what you're saying is my server's not good enough for you. I got it. Yeah. Yeah. That sounds pretty tragic, and I don't want that to happen. Friendly? Are you friendly? You gotta answer me.
Hey, don't shoot!
Okay, I'm good. Good luck. Good luck, buddy. Yeah, no, but I was like, because you can use any of them to play, and I'm like, I wonder if I'll catch her in there playing it. I'm like, she says she hangs out and plays it. That's what... I could Even if they don't, I could set you up one if you want to. In my Discord, or you mean in the GGL? Well, yeah, on mine I can, because, like, it's my Discord. Yeah. But but I'm the dumb one, because you were probably talking about the GGL, and in fact, no, I can't. Yeah, I feel like a dummy now. But... Nice. Okay, so... So go into, like... You see the list of all the voice channels and stuff like that are in my Discord? Yeah, scroll to the bottom of that list. No, you see the list of the... Yeah, right? There's a whole list of them. Scroll to the bottom of the list of my voice channels. Oh, it's not... It's not at the bottom anymore. Dreamy just moved it. It's merge. Okay, like how MERGE or ME. Okay, well I'm dumb. Well, there you go. Just like that. Boom. I don't have a super busy Discord, but there you go. If you ever want to play it in that Discord, there you go. You have your own channel. Hey, we even do like Discord nights sometimes on the in my Discord, like on my podcast. So hey, we can do one and we'll all play that game for you. So now you got your very own channel, which feels special. Right? No, I'll probably just hop in. Well, you know, after I go to the bathroom, of course. Well, I'll be like, it's an addiction. Just say no. Go to bed. You'd be like, I was up at 3 and you were in here. It's 8:30. You're still in here. I don't think so. No, like, yeah, you can only have the one. Now you got to determine which one's more important. You're like Farm Merge Valley. Just when they're like, what's FMB? You're like, fucking Magnificent Vixen. Oh. I'll be like, oh, I get it. I get it. In case you hear them, like, yeah, everybody can hear me talking, yeah. So they're hearing a... Yeah, they're hearing a one-sided conversation. Yeah, well, she might be, in fact. I don't know, is she? Oh, okay. Yeah, nope. Yeah, she knows. She just chills in my chat. Oh, son of a bitch. Run! Don't shoot me. I've literally died 5 times in a row to these freaking drones that just want to complete my mission.
Don't shoot.
Okay. Good. I'm a friendly. It's not my fault. Okay, but I better not see you in 2 hours on Farmers Valley and not have invited me. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. We do it in Discord, and then to do it in Discord, you just have to, there's a modification you have to make to the browser so that you guys can all see it. But all I do is, open up the browser to like Netflix or HBO Max, whatever it's on, and then screen share. So like, this. See, look. That's just screen share, and so that's what I would do with the show. And then, yeah, of course. No, it's just the way, because you can't show them on like stream and stuff like that because of copyrights, but and technically like Discord, you know, you just so we just show it in Discord offline. Well, I guess we're not technically offline, but you know what I mean, not streaming it, and then everybody. You have? Oh yeah, well you should have said something. Are you like yelling at me? You're like, you mean I could have been watching you play, and now you show it? Well, I didn't know if you were in the stream on top of it. So, 1, why aren't you in my stream? And 2, yes, you could have been watching it this whole time. I know. Yeah, what's up with that? Right? They say they'll come back, but do they really? I don't trust that guy. It's all good. You don't have to be. I don't require people to have to be there. Do I want people and hope people? Yeah. But you can just sit here and talk. You don't have to be in my stream. I don't, like, make people. Like, well, if you're going to talk to me, you better be watching me. But if you're going to talk to me, you better be watching me. Yeah. I'll let this one slide. Just this one time. Me? No.
Thanks.
No problem. That picture that you sent? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what I need to do, is I need to be here. You guys mind I loot what you guys don't take? If they shoot me, I swear to God, I'm gonna punch them. Well, the point of this game is, so it's like an extraction looter shooter. So basically, you basically go to the surface of this wasteland, and you have like missions that you have to complete, but you also like try to collect loot, and then your main thing is to extract with it. So you do missions for these scavengers, and then you get a bunch of loot, and then you try to escape with it. But there are other players that can kill you and take your loot, so you have to worry about these AI machines that are after you, and then real players. So for this game, it's a big thing that, you know, you're all raiders, you're all scavenging for stuff, so it's either do you work together, or are the people going to double cross you, kill you, take all your loot, because if you die and don't extract, you lose everything. Yeah, and you can get really high value loot, and then someone can kill you and get it, and then you lose it. It's all gone. Oh, so like if I extract with everything, yeah, it's like saves it, right? So if I extract everything that I take out with me, if I like leave the game, I come back in, it's all still there. Is that what you're asking? Okay, I'm good to know I'm boring you to death. She's like, video game talk, I'm done. Sorry, you were boring me to death. What was that again? Yep. Arc Raiders, it's probably one of the most popular games out there. Like, literally. At any given time, it has over 400,000 players on it, and it surpassed Battlefield for like the most concurrent players at one time with like 700,000. Battlefield? It's a shooter. Like, you've heard of, let me guess, you've heard of Call of Duty, right? Okay, so think Call of Duty minus the Fortnite and 1,000 times better. That's Battlefield. Battlefield is a true military. It's just a multiplayer shooter. It's a military multiplayer shooter. Call of Duty has become like if Fortnite threw up on a military shooter that doesn't take itself seriously and only wants to get money out of people. That's Call of Duty. Oh yeah, well come on the podcast and I'll tell you for the next 2 hours. Yeah, I don't sugarcoat my feelings on Call of Duty at all. And be careful when you say that, because I will tell you exactly how I feel. Right, so just agree with me and go, yeah, it totally makes sense. You're right. When people ask you what's better, Battlefield or Call of Duty, you tell them, well, Cutter says Battlefield, so it's definitely Battlefield. And you're good. Well, you've come to the right place. Yeah, no, Once Humans, like, have you ever heard of the, you know what an MMORPG is? Like, do you know what Warcraft is? World of Warcraft, that big multiplayer online game? Oh, okay. Well, this could be another 2 hours worth of discussing stuff if you really want to know. But Once Humans just like an online, big online game where a bunch of people will get together and you do missions. It's like a sci-fi. It's like an open world game, and there's just massive amounts of people that play it. You can group up, do missions, have fun, stuff like that. Oh, fuck. Ooh, out the sky. And what? Grand Theft Auto. And GTA. It's just a big online multiplayer game. It's just missions and stuff. You're like, it's not farm merge, I don't care. Think farm merge on a grander scale. Yeah. It would be cool. You're kind of away from people, it's your own land. Absolutely. Oh shit. There's a big guy over there. Oh, we're just having a conversation, so I didn't want to intrude. Hey. Like I always tell everybody, if you're not wanted in there, I would lock it. If it's not locked, anybody can go anywhere they want. Starbright, I don't know. She might lock you out of the farm merge channel because she'd be like, I'm focused. I'm locked in. That's me and my farm. This is the girl that set alarms to it. Oh, it's not that serious. I just set alarms so I wake up every 4 hours. See? So it is that serious.
An ARC orbiter is en route. The safe window is closing. You have 10 minutes to return to Speranza. I repeat, 10 minutes.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Head home at the forced air shaft.
Cheating on Farmer Valley, Marge Valley. Now there's a whole new level. Maybe.
Confirmation received. Await further instruction.
I'm friendly.
Don't shoot!
Appreciate it.
I'm friendly, just extracting. Yeah. Maybe he just, yeah, he cheated. I don't know. Come on. Yeah. It has to be. Cheater. What a shame. How can I be friends with that guy? He's cheating. Oops. Oh, that's right. I thought you said you weren't on it. Whoa. Oh, well. Well, it's a good thing I wasn't gonna try to follow you then. Do I? Oh, that's right. When we were talking in the podcast. Okay, yeah, there you go. Nanner, nanner. Did you block me? Oh, well, then I better go talk to you. Yeah, so stop griefing me. Makes sense. I mean, some people like I remember when people were like freaking out about TikTok, going away and stuff like that. And I'm like, what's the big fucking deal? And then the more I post, it's like, yeah, it's definitely a place for me. Oh man, I can't even comment. Whatever. I guess I'm not gonna call you a legend. Fine. But I remember like people freaking out about it, and I'm like, why? Like, why? I mean, I love being able to post my clips, but like people were like pissed. It's like the end of the world. I'm like, why? Yeah.
If you run out of bullets, there's often ways to improvise.
If there are others like me, always keep some bandit.
Don't forget about searching the drones after you take them down.
Yeah. I totally get that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't do the he said, she said. It's like, if you're gonna do that, bye. Yeah. 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 No, but some it is. No, it makes sense. Well, you just missed getting a comment calling you a legend because you had me blocked, so deal with that. I went on your, well, because I was looking, because I remember I went on your TikTok and then I saw the puppy dog one and then I started scrolling and then I saw the picture of you. That's your profile pic, and I liked it, and then I was gonna go, oh, I'm just gonna be nice and I'm gonna say legend, and it says that I can't comment. Yeah, fine. Well, you. People really talk like that? Guys, I'm gonna raid out. I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Like stress testing and trying multiple different things. It's like
Yeah. The things people say. That's like
we tried
crazy.
it.
But people are actually like, you're
we
just
tried
on
it,
here.
uh,
You should have been. Yeah.
tried it
I mean,
everybody
you don't
else's
fit the
way.
bill, loser.
Everybody. Oh shit! Thank you so much, Cutter Dog, for the raid. We were just Green Roses 18. Thank you so much for the follow. But
What's
yeah,
up, Jay?
just
How you doing, bud?
I hope your stream went well, brother. I hope your stream went well.
Oh,
What's
guess
your
he's not
subclass
talking.
combo? Yeah, so it's kind of like my subclass combo is like
Jay's in the GGL
slow
with us.
offensive,
He's also in my Discord.
low sustain. You know, it's kind of like I knew what I was talking about, but it's like everybody wants to come in here and pretend like, you know, they know better.
Well, thank you for not taking us in the restroom.
It's almost like they know how I play my character.
We're good, just chilling. I just wrapped up my stream.
It's almost like I'm not running animal companions for added sustain. It's almost like I'm not running restoring light for added sustain. You know, I can't make this up, Organiset. So that's a very good question. I enjoyed the stream today. Must be a school night because the usual suspects of rage baiting went around.
Yeah, I get it.
To be honest, Organiset, I'm kind of done with that. That whole like rage bait thing. I'm like the next time it happens, I'm just gonna start permabanning, and I'm not gonna undo it either. Because it's like I don't know how many times I can have the same.
Well, they
word
definitely need
over
some
and over again.
quality of life
Just for
improvements
my,
on
like,
that.
my own sanity, and then also, like, I actually went through the VOD last night, and I have screenshots.
You know, you should maybe talk to also like Blessed. See if he'll help you like get the settings that he set me up with, because I don't know what yours are at, and I don't necessarily remember what he had me do. But like, he took like all the camera shake off. He took like there were some other improvements, like turn the motion blur, the screen shake, turn that all the way down to 0, stuff like that. All kinds of things like that.
Oh, you're getting triggered and you're yelling for no reason. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, they still have some tweaks in the game, but I think maybe talk to him and just DM him and see, hey, can you help me? And see if he'll help you do the ones that he did, because maybe there's some that you need to tweak that'll help you a little bit. Because it did help me. I mean, I still agree that they need to do some work on like the hit markers and stuff, but I've gotten a lot better. My shooting has gotten a lot better with those tweaks that he had me put on there. So yeah, I would hit him up.
It was good? Hell yeah, brother. I haven't tried Arc Raiders yet.
I mean, I could help you, but I don't remember all the specific ones that he did. And he's a pro at it. He teaches people that kind of stuff. Like he literally taught classes on that kind of stuff. So
It says shift now.
he'll be the man to
and
help
now
you.
Red is gonna be taking some shit over. I will say that about Rogers. He's pretty good at taking over the map.
Yeah, he'll help you, dude. And I think it'll make more of a difference. But yeah, they could do some work on there for sure. I mean, it's a shooter, and people are gonna get in with like cheats and stuff, but they're a lot better at preventing that. But I think that they need to balance a little bit for sure. Uh, I was streaming Arc Raiders, and then Starlight was hanging out in the chat and not gaming on anything. She's a gamer, Starlight. Remember, you're a gamer. She's a total gamer. She's addicted to Farm Merge Valley. She sets her alarm to it and everything. So, no, I'm kidding. It's a game that she plays, but she doesn't play Battlefield. We gotta try to. We're gonna convince you to play. No, so we're just chilling. Hey, you were in Clinton's stream tonight, right? I saw you in there. Were you in Clinton's stream on Twitch? Yeah. Did you hear? Like, I don't know. It's still kind of surreal, but he oh no, I asked him can I ask you a serious question? And he's like, yeah, and I said, will you come talk to me on my podcast? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I could potentially have Clinton on my podcast, dude. That's insane. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna prepare and yeah. I know that's crazy. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, it'll be crazy. Well, it's not even like a hot seat when you come talk to me. It's just like, come talk to me. Dude, you can't. You're fine. Well, you're supposed to be coming on when you move, so better figure that out. Yeah. But it's kind of surreal. Like, I'm still like, until he's actually like talking to me on it, it's kind of hard to believe. Not that I don't believe he would follow through, more like, this is like surreal, dude. Could you imagine, like, little old Cutter Dog, me, this guy in a room, talking to Clinton Sparks, like, coming on my podcast that I'm trying to make? Like, that's insane. Right. Well, that's the plan. I hope so. I mean, like, you don't have to get all fancy and prude for me. shit. Then you're gonna make me have to like make sure that I'm shaving. Cool. Hey man, you do what you gotta. I just want to talk to you. And we all need to get to know you a little better. So you do what you gotta do. That sounds cool. You know how my podcast vibe is. You're in there a lot of times, so you know what's up. That's right. Like I need weeks to prepare for the Cutter Dog podcast.